Hey guys, TravelingTice here with a new talk about travel or TAT. This is a series that I'm doing while I'm here stationary in Perth, Australia for the coming months, and I still want to provide you guys with some content about bicycle touring and travel and all that good stuff. And last week I got a comment from someone that I'll show right here, basically asking some advice about panniers. And I actually get that question quite a lot. So in this video I want to talk about the panniers that I've been using and about all the bags that I use to carry all of my stuff in. So he also wanted to know the front pannier size. Now I don't have any front panniers anymore and I don't really remember what size they were. I think they were like the normal front roller plus packers from Ortlieb, I believe. Actually I'll put a link in the description down below with the name so you can find it over there. So I don't have that set of panniers anymore. I basically only have two rear panniers, a handlebar bag, and a backpack that goes on top of everything. So I actually haven't made a video about that yet. So this will be that video, and we'll start with my rear panniers, which are these. These are the Ortlieb back roller Pro, I believe. Gosh, it'll be right here. Like, I'll put the name here. I'm not really good with these names, but I have bought these. These were basically the biggest Ortlieb panniers that you could get. And I still think they're the biggest ones that you can get. Am I happy with them? Sorta. I wouldn't say these are the best because they are big, and the big problem with these is that they are quite wide. So they extend out pretty wide and they aren't too high. So if you look, for example, at Bicycle Touring Pro's setup, his ones are a bit like more tucked in and a bit taller than mine are. So these are wider and they have the rolling closing system, which is pretty good. Like, you just roll it up and then you put this thing over the top to close it down, and then you have this band, which you can also use as a shoulder band, that connects the two sides together. So you can actually, and I sometimes even do that, go grocery shopping with these, and then you got a little shopping bag that you can throw around your shoulder like that. Or when you're on a tour, what you do is you flip it over, you bring them down, and then at the bottom you've got these hooks right here. So you've got this little thread thing, and that's where you pull them through. So then they will be secure and all that sort of stuff. So basically they close in three ways. You've got this one over the top, and then these two to the side that kind of like pull the sides down and tries to make it as compact as possible. So I would give these bags maybe 3.5 stars out of 5. They're not my favorite, but they work, and maybe 4 out of 5 stars, something like that. But I just think they're a bit too wide, and especially with this side bag, which is very nice for like garbage and stuff. You can just throw it in there. But if you put like a lot of stuff in it, then it goes quite far outwards, and yeah, that's not too great. What I do like about these, like the hook system is very, very strong. I've not had any failures on these, even though like sometimes these are like full of like 20 kilos of gear, or I would say like 10 each, something like that, which is quite a lot. You know, that's quite a big heavy load for these things, but they have held perfectly great, and the hooks are still in pretty good condition. I haven't really had any problems with those. Yeah, of course you've got this adjustable little hook on the back as well. And they're waterproof, the inside at least. This is of course not waterproof because it's like open, but the inside is quite waterproof. I have noticed if I'm like pulling it all the way, like putting it all the way to the top, like you have to do at least like 3 rolls in order for it to be waterproof. Sometimes I'm not able to do it, and then there is maybe a bit of moisture that comes in, but they're actually quite tight. So that's these two, and I'll keep them for my next tour probably. I have been thinking about bikepacking as well, and I might do that. So for the time being though, these will be in my possession, and you know, as I move from place to place here in Perth, because I have a few places. Look, right now I'm actually house sitting a place, but in 10 days I have to go back to the other place, and then I'll use these bags to carry my essentials back to the other place that I was staying at here in Perth, which is in Dianella. So yeah, these are very great. Also same, you know, same different size, so like mirrored, I don't know. They work. That's for me the most important, is that they work. So anyways, then we have the handlebar bag, one of my favorite cycling items. This is like on the front a lot of the time. Two things that I really like about it. First of all, it's easy to open and close. They close with like, you know, these metal things on the back. The model number, I'm not sure. It just says Ortlieb Classic on the front. I think these are just the classic handlebar bags. I don't know if these are the latest one. I bought them in 2017, so they might not be the latest and greatest. Maybe they've got better ones right now. So the first thing I like is that it's just like open like that. You've got a little inside pouch right there where you can put some stuff in. That goes back in, and then you have this quite big, my DSLR used to be in here, as well as my small like bobs and pieces like my wallet and that sort of stuff, passport was all stored in here. The second thing I love about this one is that you can actually lock it. So once it's on your bike, the Ortlieb mount on the bike, I'll show it here in just a bit, is designed in a way that you can actually put this little lip here inside of a little lock system, so that it is, I mean, it's locked. Like, you cannot easily get to it. Of course, if you have like a little knife that like cuts through this little thread here, you can open it fairly easy, but it's a bit more secure than just leaving it open. And I'm most of the time just leaving it on the bike when I go grocery shopping or into a restaurant or a cafe, and keep all my stuff quite safe in there. Also waterproof, good quality, great material. I noticed that a lot of my gear is quite dark colored. And here, like where the sun is shining all the time, that black stuff gets incredibly hot. So maybe I will upgrade my gear to a bit more of a colorful look soon, because I'm kind of done with like the all black material in some ways. So but I might change it up. But for now, this is of course still gonna be a big part of my you know, cycle adventures and stuff like that. So then the last item, which is one of my most favorite backpacks ever, got recommended by Matt Gallett from the Gio Nation, and this thing is a beast. It's the THULE backpack. Not really sure about the model name. I'll put it like right, you'll see it right down here, and of course it's in the description as well. But this backpack has been so versatile. I just like to have a backpack with me just because it's so easy when you go on day trips. And this is basically the perfect mix between, I would say, like a really big type backpack and a small day pack. This is of course not for like longer hikes. So if you do multi-day hikes where you bring like, you know, camping gear and stuff, then this will probably not fit you. I don't know the exact leader on this. There are actually a lot of ants running over it at the moment. They're like, oh, and that's because there's an apple in here, guys. Oh god. Oh, look at that. Whoops, I forgot about that. Yeah, I'll clean it up in just a bit. Oh gosh. So yeah, as you see, I'm using this backpack here as well, and it's infested in ants because of that apple. Oh boy, that's not too great. But anyways, it's a good backpack. It's not waterproof, but I bought like a little cover that goes over it, so it's watertight. So this normally stores my laptop and electronics in that. For the rear ones, that changes a lot. I normally put my camping gear on one side and my clothes on the other, generally speaking, and then my cooking gear will be, I think, with the tent and stuff like that. So I made a video about that, you know, click the eye for that one. So that's basically what I use. This is quite a good setup to get started. Again, like if you don't have too much of a budget, this can get you really, really far. It's easy. The reason I don't have my front bags anymore is just because it was too much. But also when I was camping, I felt that I just had too many bags. I just had too much around me and too much to carry, so I really want to slim down a lot. Bikepacking is something I actually still want to look into. I might even like look into like bikepacking gear and that sort of stuff when I have a little bit more money. So that's it for this video. I hope you liked it. Share some tips, like if you have any like pieces of gear or bicycling that you would like to share with some others. Let's get like a little conversation going about the ideal setup for you guys. Like what would be your ideal setup? Are you more of a bikepacker or more towards the original bike touring setup? Let me know in the description down below. I love reading your guys' comments. Please give it a like as well if you did. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. See you later. Bye bye. God, just look at that. I think it's been in there for like a week or two or something like that. Ugh, disgusting.